Now we can adjust our formatting of the spreadsheet for the way we want our students to see their dashboard page. I like having graphs, and I'm going to also adjust the way some of the font is showing. So first off, I'm going to select all of my fonts, or all of my cells. I'm going to use text wrapping again. Then I personally like to freeze the top row. And I'm also going to use bold. I could go in and change the fonts and whatnot if I so choose. I can also select this column and make it a percentage. And if I want to, I can also use the conditional formatting that we looked at earlier. Once that's the way I want it, I can then select the information I want to show up as charts. Notice that I've selected the assignment as well as the different categories. I can close my conditional formatting rules. Once I have that selected, I'm going to select the Insert Chart icon. Now I can move that chart around my table, and I would suggest putting it a full row space below our last entry. That way when new entries come in, they'll automatically appear above the table. While this is a lovely chart, I prefer a smooth line graph. Now you'll see that this is comparing all of the different forms that I have submitted, but perhaps I want to see it in a reverse format. So I'm going to click Switch Rows and Columns. And now I have a formatting, voice, organization, mechanics, and ideas, and each of the different essays appears as their own color. Then I'm going to go to Customize, because as you'll see up here, some of my line has disappeared. If I want, I can change the thickness. But what really matters to me is adjusting my minimum and maximum value. If a student were to look at this, they would see that a 6 is the lowest possible score that they received. But I would like to change that to a 0. And then I want my maximum value to show the maximum amount of points that they can receive. But because this is a smooth line graph, some of the line disappears. So I like to put in 10.5 or higher. And now my line appears. So I'm satisfied with the way that graph looks. And I might also want to include a total for my essays to compare them across time. So I can select that column. If I hold down Control and I select my assignment title, it will select just those two columns. And again, I'm going to hit Insert Chart. There we go. I'm going to grab it and move it into place. And now I can adjust this one as well. So I like having this one as a column chart. And then again, I like the minimum value to show 0 and the maximum value to be the maximum number that they can earn on this rubric. You could also encourage your students to adjust the tables later on once we distribute this via Google Classroom if you want them to practice graphic representations of data. Those are just a few of the ways that you can adjust your dashboard for you and your students' needs.